I've been to see him. He looks a lot like you.
If you tell a story in a game, one of the things you have to think about is the promise you make to your players. In Kingdom Hearts, just like Sora, we know nothing about the outside world, and just like him, we are eager to explore what's beyond the Destiny Islands. It leads us to a journey on which we meet Goofy, Donald and all kinds of characters. We explore different Disney worlds and in the end, manage to defeat the big baddie Ansem. But we know our journey is not over. With all that knowledge in hand, we are eager to continue with them, with the people we've shared so many experiences with. But instead, Tetsuya Nomura and his writing staff choose to go in the complete opposite direction. In Kingdom Hearts 2, as the name implies, a direct sequel to the first game, we start as an unfamiliar character by the name of Roxas. This is quite unprecedented. It evokes feelings of Hideo Kojima's Metal Gear Solid 2, which promised a new adventure with Solid Snake, which you were in fact playing as Raiden almost the whole time. And to this day, the opinions on the opening of Kingdom Hearts 2 are quite divided, and there's a good reason for that. You were expecting something, but the developers did not deliver on that. Well, at least not in the opening hours. Brandon Sanderson, the author of the fantastic Mistborn fantasy books, says that a plot, a story, is based on 3 core concepts: promise, progress, and payoff. Promises are often made during the beginning, saying to the reader or player, this is what you can expect. Breaking or straying away from these can lead to a lot of frustration. And Kingdom Hearts 2 certainly doesn't deliver on a key promise which is set in the first game, that we go on that adventure with Sora, Donald and Goofy. Even in the ending of Kingdom Hearts, there wasn't a hint, there wasn't a signpost that yes, Roxas, he was here. Not without the knowledge or playing to the second game anyway. And even in Chains of Memories, a spin-off for the Game Boy Advance, if you manage to play that, that game barely hints at him. Tetsuya Nomura and his team deliberately broke a core foundation in storytelling. And I say deliberately because, well, they absolutely knew what they were doing. I don't of course know what the staff writers were thinking when they concocted the story of Kingdom Hearts 2, but there's a good chance that one of the themes of this early part of the story is unfamiliarity. Roxas, Twilight Town, all the different new characters, everything you see in the opening hours feel unfamiliar. For example, it's a very deliberate choice that the enemies you fight are nobodies and not the Heartless you fought as Sora. But what makes this really brilliant is that Roxas doesn't really know what's going on either. For him, this should be familiar, but it isn't. In already the first minutes of the game, things seem off. For some reason he and his friend cannot say the word photo, and later on, you have to research the 7 wonders of Twilight Town. The ghost-stained mystery, a train with no one in it, or the lonely girl that can be seen from a window in the old mansion, despite no one living in it. All these wonders are here to show you, the player, but also to Roxas, that something really isn't right in this Twilight Town, or that maybe something isn't right with Roxas. He has strange dreams of unfamiliar people at night, of Sora and his friends. These dreams are also quite a clever implementation. Yes, they are a nice way of retelling the story to you, but they also serve as that promise that yes, the story of Donald, Goofy and Sora is still on the horizon. There is in fact more to come, and this story will end. This is Square Enix saying, don't worry, we are getting to the good stuff. And what drives it really home is Roxas, his personality, how he reacts to all of this. He doesn't want to have these dreams. He doesn't want this to end. He just wants to enjoy his summer vacation. And if you're like me, we actually find ourselves rooting for Roxas a little bit. Why was he thrust into this world? What has he done wrong? And why is that this guy so mean to him? This conflict between this and Roxas really drives all of this home.
Who are you talking to? Me? Or Sora?
To half of Sora, of course. You reside in darkness. What I need is someone who can move about the realm of light and destroy Organization 13.
And Roxas, he becomes angrier and angrier, and when he finds out that he's been living in a fake Twilight Town the whole time, he smashes the device this worked on and even attacks the man in its final moments. Why couldn't he just have a normal summer? Why does he have to be replaced for someone else? And you actually begin to care about that ice cream you were having with your friends on the clock tower. No, Roxas has to stand aside for the main cast, Sora, Donald and Goofy. That is his destiny. And isn't this what we, the players, came for? This all culminates in a great moment, not in the prologue, but near the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, when Roxas actually confronts Sora about all this, in the world that never was, still as angry as before, still bitter that he had to be replaced.
Tell me. Tell me why he picked you.
He says as he encounters Sora. In the battle, Roxas tries his best to beat him, to be the one who can go on an adventure, to finally be with his friends in Twilight Town again. But you know that's simply not in the cards for him. And there are no loud, energetic noises as you would expect from a boss battle team, but a somber, tragic tone starts to play, while you crush his last hopes and dreams, the other promise. And Roxas finally has to accept his fate. There's a reason why most games, most stories even, don't start with curveballs like this in Kingdom Hearts 2. It's the same reason why Luffy from One Piece is in almost all episodes, why Dragon Ball creator Toriyama let Goku take back the center stage after a brief intermission where his son Gohan was the hero of the story, why Nintendo is so protective of Super Mario. We came here for the adventure of Sora. That's what we are promised, after all. And if you stray away from this, you have to go out of your mind, out of your way, to sell this to the player way harder than you normally should have to. And while I think that Nomura and his team did a fantastic job, and Roxas' story really stands out because of this, it is a big risk to take as a storyteller. That said, however divided we all were in 2005, in the end, Roxas became one of the most beloved characters in the franchise, and luckily he finally got his happy ending in Kingdom Hearts 3. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.